Okay, so this is a new kind of video I'm gonna try and end up doing. A couple of weeks ago, I asked on the YouTube posts thingy, my Bobby, whatever you want to call it, about doing spam content or just random stuff, and I thought now would be a good time to actually start that because I haven't done a video, and I'm not gonna get anywhere if I just keep putting it off and off and off. So this is my attempts that I'm gonna try and do as like a series kind of thing. So every week on a Monday, I'm just going to sit down for 15, 20 minutes, run through the Cecil Nightmares this week, and then just talk about a bunch of stuff that I've seen on social media throughout the week, specifically Invincible related. I'm not going to go through like brain rot memes that I've seen on TikTok, but that's the kind of thing I want to do. And also, it gives me a reason to actually do videos and just talk because looking at other content creators in the kind of game, they're doing regular content, and then there's just me who does live streams. And I feel it's not enough for me to be doing just live streams every Thursday. So this is my attempt at being more prevalent on the internet while trying to be somewhat informative at the same time. And also, I was on a very long drive today to work. I was going very far away from where I live. And I was just kind of deep in it how much I enjoy podcasts. So I was thinking this could be a kind of sort of podcasty type thing, I guess, where it's just raw, unedited. Because I'm not gonna fuck around with making it perfect because I have crazy OCD. So I'm thinking if I just sit down, press record, do Cecil's Nightmares because I forgot to do it completely for the past 2 weeks. I haven't streamed, and so it gives me actually development in the game, but also gives me a purpose on this YouTube channel rather than appearing once a week. And it's like a 50-50 coin flip if I do, which is shit on you guys. There's so many of you that are in the chat, and it's very unfair on you to, if you enjoy me, that is. But I just feel it's unfair to just leave you hanging week after week. And also another thing I wanted to work on was my voice. I don't know how to explain it properly, but I find that I sound very monotone. So I'm hoping talking about a few things will help me develop personality, I guess is what I'm trying to convey. I don't know if this makes any sense. As I said, this is going to be real, unedited. So if the waffle is waffle, it's going to be left in the video. So it's just going to stay in. So hopefully this is a form of enjoyable content. I do have a list of stuff game related I want to talk about, and depending on how dedicated I am and how much people enjoy this, I will put timestamps in the bottom, like an actual podcast of like topics I talk about. But the primary thing that I was thinking of as well is the position I'm in, which to some people isn't like too much to deep about, but I realise I'm an official content creator for the game, and I don't really make content. I live stream, which is just me playing Cecil's Nightmares or doing a bit of PvP, but that's about it. Which I know is content, but at the same time feels like it's not. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I think looking at numbers, I'm maybe the fifth biggest content creator. There's a few above me, and then if we're counting the infographics people, their content goes far further than what mine does. Even though I'm part of the team, I don't import too much to it. But yeah, so I sit in the top 5, and I feel like I do nothing worthy of it. And I'm at 400 subscribers, which when I was checking the other day, I thought that's insane. I haven't been keeping proper track, and suddenly I check, and I really deeped it that it's 400 of you people that somehow find me and my voice enjoyable. So I feel I owe it to all of you to actually try for once. So this is me trying, I guess, me waffling on a Monday for 15-20 minutes while I do this week's Cecil's Nightmare. So I have no excuse of playing the game and content creating. So that's how it is. And possibly in the future, maybe I'll get a guest on here. We'll DM Hirikari from the Discord community managers. Quick 15-minute podcast, or whoever else wants to get involved. I'm open to it, but for now it's just going to be me talking. And going on to the first thing I have listed was just talking about the weekend's event that just went past, the cloning event. I never actually got to play it too much. I didn't get too involved. I've been very busy for the past 2 weeks, hence the no streams. And I think it was on, I don't know, sometime of the weekend that I was active on Discord. And I actually realised how good this event was. Getting 15 rare characters, 10 elite characters in one pool was just insane. So I do hope Ubisoft bring this back, because it's insane. They have been getting very creative lately, and I'm loving exactly what they're doing. Because there was another cloning event where everything was 2 times a couple of weeks ago, even more than that, probably a month or so ago, and I thought that was insane. And they should continue doing more stuff like this. They've got a few events that are just S tier events. So I feel this cloning event is definitely going to be at the top, alongside like Art's Shop event, which also is ridiculously insane on its own. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I never got to play too much. I do have 2 hours left after I've done these Cecil Nightmares. I think I have about 600 credits, tokens to spend, and I'm just gonna try and blow it all. And the refresh system on this is chef's kiss. It is absolutely incredible. Whoever at Ubisoft decided to do that, you are amazing. I just find it so much better using 5 tokens to refresh rather than a whole separate currency of tokens. So that gets 5 big booms from me. Yeah. The next thing on my list to talk about is the tier list that I did. The last stream I did 2 or 3 weeks ago, I did a tier list, and at the time I thought it was a pretty good fucking tier list in my opinion. But looking at the comment section, a lot of people did not like it at all. Mainly because I judged a lot of characters based on their availability, which to me seems alright. And talking to a few people, to them it seems alright. However, I feel like for the bigger picture, maybe it was a bit unfair. So I am going to look at redoing the tier list at some point. And I don't think I will do it in the form of a live stream again. I think I will just do it. I sit down with pen and paper and I plan it out myself, and actually I figure out everything, because I'm very biased in terms of, some people hate me, but I think Titan is the best tank in this game. But I think realistically it is closer to Alan and potentially Conquest, but because I haven't invested as much into those two, Alan and Conquest, I'm very favourable towards Titan. So I have a lot more research to do, and probably just need to spend more time on the Discord talking about it, and get other people's opinions, because I suppose mine were wrong. I think I don't want to blow my own horn, but I do feel 80% of my stuff was correct. I think it was more the characters that aren't readily available yet, so that I need to scratch up my opinions on, I guess, in a sense. So yes, things I need to improve on is actually maybe being more knowledgeable of the game instead of just throwing stuff. But in the comment section, if you want to tell me if that tier list was absolute shit, I should never make a tier list again, or if I was on the right track and maybe I just needed to alter a few things on my own opinion making, or if you thought I was bang on and judging characters on their availability is a correct thing to do. So yeah, so that's the tier list. Cool. Next thing on my list is, as I got home from work and just before I sat down, I had a quick doom scroll on Instagram, and I see Invincible, the official Invincible Guard on the Globe page, has posted a picture for a new hero coming this weekend, which I feel we've all seen as coming, but is someone from the Lizard League. And I don't think it's much secret now, to be honest, but it is leading more towards being King Lizard, which is really exciting. This is a new criminal. I think the last criminal we had was... Actually, no, it was Powerplex, which was a couple of characters ago, so... Oh. I thought it was a long time since we last had a criminal, but turns out... No, we had one... Yeah, because it was February. Oh, that's completely ruined a bunch of my train line of thought. But yes, so King Lizard this weekend. I so badly want to stream something over the weekend because my most successful streams have been the Powerplex and Conquest ones, and they've also been the most fun I've ever had while live streaming. So, but I also have a very busy weekend, so it's just trying to squeeze in what I can. And this isn't me promising that I will be doing a stream. I'm going to do everything in my power. But what I need is Ubisoft to just DM me, you know, when a new hero is coming out, and so I can book the time, or perhaps tell the lads, look boys, let's not do it this weekend, let's do it next weekend, because it's so much fun doing those videos, like just sitting absolute waffle for a few hours while I run the events, and then having the absolute terrible luck that I've had pulling the character, which is giving me PTSD. I think it was a Powerplex or Conquest. It was just having none of it. And I didn't manage to get a live stream in for Blue Invincible, or Invincible Blue, whatever you want to call it. So it'd be incredible. But yes, leave it with me, and I will see what I can fit in this weekend. But I'm dead excited, and hopefully he ends up being good. I know there's data mines and stuff, but I'm a changed man from my previous times. If you've seen me around, I'm not going to be leaking anything else. Because going back to being a content creator, it doesn't kind of fit the MO of Ubisoft at the moment, and I'd rather be in Ubisoft's good books, if that's okay with you guys. So, yeah. New character, very exciting, King Lizard. Hopefully you can stream. And the last thing I have on my list to talk about is the new Invincible game that was announced yesterday. It would have been for today. So, yesterday was... Well, the past week actually has been just a bunch of like game live streams that are announcing new stuff. I think this has been a replacement for E3 since that got cancelled since COVID. But yesterday in the Xbox showcase specifically, they showed the new Invincible game that is a Street Fighter / Mortal Kombat-esque game. It's like a 3v3 tag team fighter that, you know, standard side scrolling. And it looks to be there's going to be some sort of like fatality system as well. So that's really exciting. Being a fan of the kind of Invincible IP, I am 100% going to be doing videos on it or live streams at the same time. Because, you know, I'm a big fan of it. I've got all the comic books, you know. I'm going to give every game a go. And from what I've been reading online, this isn't the open world game that apparently is in the works somewhere. This is just a new game that has come out of absolutely nowhere. And yes, so 100% when that comes out, 2026, I think, if I remember correctly, it will be out. I will be doing it on PC, because I have Xbox Game Pass, the one where it's on your PC and Xbox. So, but I am hoping come 2026 I should have a better PC, because I'm concerned of its capabilities of playing a game and streaming at the exact same time. So it's just something I'm going to keep an eye out on. I might give it a test at some point, maybe not on the YouTube channel. I might just make a ghost kind of Twitch account and just start playing a game as a tester. I might chuck that on this channel somewhere, saying come here to Twitch to watch me play other games, just as a trial run before then, because it'd be fantastic to have some streams on Invincible, and this could be an Invincible channel, and then on Twitch I can do my own thing, and yes, and then I'd be a content creator, I guess. But that is all of the topics I had lined up. I have no clue what stage I'm on. Just so people know, I am actually playing the game right now. I was pondering whether I record it and then do my podcast voiceover later, but you know, it's better if I just record it and talk at the same time. Stage 48. So I've timed it nearly perfectly. 15 minutes so far, or 16. So yeah, this is a doable weekly thing I think I can do. Maybe in the future I do like a segment where I'll do like a Q&A or some shit like that. So for next week, which I'm going to do my absolute hardest to sit down for 20 minutes minimum, record a video and just upload it as just waffle. Yeah, any questions, just slap them in the comment section, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up or a love heart, whatever it is on YouTube comments, and I'm going to answer it next week. Preferably about the game. But if you want to throw any questions about me or who I am, because, you know, I need to develop a parasocial relationship with you all. Which is a terrible thing to say, but, you know, you guys need to know who I am, so I kind of build an interest in me, I guess, as a content creator. I don't know. I don't know how any of this shit works. I've tried making content for numerous years on random YouTube channels and Twitch streaming, and this by far has been my most successful. So I'm just trying to ride that train. So yes, any questions, just send it and I'll answer it next week. And I'm not going to do clickbait titles. I'm not going to be like Francis reveals that he's actually invincible on the profile picture or the thumbnail, actually, even though I know a lot of you probably want me to cosplay as fucking Lucan. It's starting to get on my nerves a little bit, but you know, I'm rolling with it. We'll survive. But yes, I've lost this one, which I believe this is stage 50, which I always manage to fail one. Where have we managed to get to? 646. But it's only day one of this, so plenty of time to go down the ranks. But yes, I guess this is the end of this absolute waffle video. I don't know what I'm going to title this. This week's Cecil Nightmares podcast type thing. But yes, hopefully you've enjoyed. Put any opinions about anything I've said down in the comments. Ask me any questions, and next week I will do the same. But thank you very much for wasting nearly 20 minutes of your time listening to me talking. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm